Welcome back, everybody, to the Foster Log. We will walk through our dramatis personae here in just a moment. Our criminals are in a bad way. They have ventured into the island of Zamotane and have not been finding things as they expect. And Logan, the Oni, who was perhaps asleep in the canoe, has caught up with our friends. So now we have a full deck. Let's start with introductions. This time, maybe we'll start with Mark. Who are you playing?
I am playing Griffith. I almost said Ellison.
Playing somebody else's character this time.
I'm a very important character.
You are. So I am playing Griffith. I am a Skald.
All right, Griffith the Skull.
I am a Lystragon. I am a skunk.
And you are wearing a fragrant mask since last time.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Matt, tell us a little bit about your character.
I am a fully rested Oni mage thaumaturge named Logan.
All right, excellent.
Surname 9 Fingers, but I do have all 10 fingers.
That's excellent. You just don't use them all at once.
It's more of a prophecy than anything else.
Eric, tell us about your character.
I am playing Ellison. I am an anthrid who is quite confident in what he does, and what he does is wreck face. I think that's about everything.
Much face has been wrecked already.
Yes.
There may be an opportunity immediately in front of you to demonstrate that. Sully, who are you playing?
According to my teleprompter, I'm playing Vok, a sanguine anthrid occultist who's obsessed with destiny, it says.
All right, excellent. Now, if I recall where we left off, our party was exploring the island of Zamotane. They met a creepy set of very decayed skeleton or skeletonized, apparently undead workers who were harvesting fruits that were already too ripe and putting them in baskets that were already torn to pieces. So after a brief scuffle, they sent them to their proper reward, apparently, and moved on further up the island to encounter what is apparently a much larger work group of about 20 perhaps undead zombie-looking folks and one very not undead loudmouth handler named Jin, who has approached you with three of the zombies in apparent zombies off his shoulder, demanding to know what you are doing there. The group is being escorted by about 10 people from the island of Akronel, and the leader of this expedition is Welinar, one of the best fishermen on the island of Akronel. The folks of Akronel are hunters and fishers. They're not fighters, but Welinar looks like he too could wreck some face if push came to shove. Welinar is arguing with Jin. They are going back and forth between the common tongue and their own language, but things seem to be getting heated. It seems like Welinar is concerned, angry, that this group is apparently cutting timber, clearing land, whereas instead they're supposed to be gathering fruit or game or something else. You can't make out every word, but the temperature is rising. And let's see, how about everybody, let's start by everybody giving me a roll, and we'll do an information roll again like we did before. So everybody roll once and leave that in front of you for a moment.
I still had one left, I believe.
Okay, awesome. Well, I will let you just carry that forward. So everything that matches will apply for information during this session. And I don't think Matt has done this before, so we'll explain to him how this works. But you make a roll, and then you record every symbol that matches. And if none of your symbols match, that's okay. Let's go ahead and tell me who gets how many matches, and we'll use this as your starting initiative order. Remember, you can change that anytime you need. So, Eric, how many matches did you get?
I received one alacrity match, Sagittarius.
Okay. And Sully, how many? Or I'm going to use your character name. Sorry, Vok. How many matches did you get?
I got one match.
Okay. And Griffith.
Well, I got one match, but it was Luck Soul, so I got them, both of those.
Oh, okay. All right, we're going to count that as 2. That's on your sheet, right? Soul.
Yeah.
Okay. And Logan, how many matches?
0. Not a single
I
match.
could tell maybe by the tone of your voice that you didn't get. All right. So let's say that our initial initiative order is going to be Griffith first, and Vok, Ellison. Do you guys have a preference? Which of you would go next? Remember, you can change it when you need to. Okay. So we'll say Ellison and then Vok. Just given the fact that Vok is more likely to cast a spell than Ellison. And lastly, we'll have Logan. That'll be your rough order for this encounter. Does anybody want to spend, what you can do is, if you have any matches, so anyone but Logan, want to spend any of those matches on what the heck is going on right here? Trying to understand anything about the current exchange between these two.
I have a question though, about Wellinar. You said that he is. You're saying that he's like the, I don't know, like the best fisherman or something. Is he like the master?
Yes.
The masturbator.
Yes, he is. That's right.
Perfect.
Nobody baits as well as Wellinar.
Excellent.
That was a long reach.
I've been waiting for a while to say that.
I know.
Is it possible to use alacrity to maybe check their body language? I don't really.
Yeah, so the way we were doing this is for the information roll is I was supposed to have this loaded up and on the screen share. So let me do that really quickly. But we are going to interpret the symbol itself. So it doesn't actually have to be alacrity.
Okay, so
so let's see
let's see
here.
what Sagittarius is.
Yep. And I will try to get that in front of you very quickly.
I mean, I might just sit on the roll and maybe use it for later. If it doesn't turn out to be anything useful.
So Sagittarius, the archer, the centaur, freedom, adventure, restlessness, wandering, seeing, intuiting.
Intuiting? That sounds,
Yes.
That sounds useful.
Very apropos to this situation if you want to. And I'm going to try to share my screen so that you can see this more easily.
Yeah. Oh, I've got him pulled up on mine too.
Okay. So, what do you think? How do you feel? What you going to do?
I mean, I guess I'm going to use it in the. Understanding by instinct sounds like I could just be viewing their body language to get a better idea of how tense the situation really is. Is this something that I feel like I need to be involved in so it doesn't turn into a serious altercation versus just two guys that are frustrated with one another?
Right. So, we'll spend that, and I will tell you as much as I can about what's going on with these guys. They are at odds. It seems to be this is some sort of jurisdictional thing. Jin feels like he's in full control of everything that happens on this island, and Wellinar is an intruder. Wellinar feels like Jin sort of works for him, or is supposed to follow some creed that they've all agreed to. The three guys behind Jin seem amazingly unperturbed by any of this. They're just sort of staring at the sky. All the Aquinelians, most of them, you would say about half of the Aquinelians are moving back very slowly, steps toward the edge of the clearing, whereas the others are stepping forward to back up Wellinar. Baran, the lieutenant, the leader of the other half of the Aquinelians, is moving most of the group toward cover. You get the idea that something's probably about to kick off unless you guys do something about it. They are absolutely at crossroads. Welenar totally feels like he is in the right here, and Jin is like, not on my lawn.
I think I recall you saying at some point that we don't really know that we're on the side of the good guys here.
There is complexity. You don't really know what's going on here.
Right.
It seems like Jin is using zombies to do work, but is that even bad? And where did the zombies come from? Things like this. You don't have an answer for all this.
Right, guys. Are we the good guys or are we the baddies?
We're always the good guy.
Truly, morality is something, just a construct.
So we're the baddies. Okay.
All of my clothes have a skull carved into them. What does that mean?
I was gonna ask, check your caps, see if there's any skulls in your caps.
It means you're a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
Test. Okay. Sorry for when you're editing. My mic boost got a little out of control, so I had to turn it down. Okay, back to
All
the
right,
game.
fair enough.
That's Eric talking in game.
Oh, was it picking up your typing?
So, I mean, I'm kind of inclined, since, we don't have any skin in the game right now, I'm kind of inclined to let them, let's see how this turns out, like, on their own. Like, do you guys agree, or do we want to actually
Yeah,
just
I'm
step
fine
in
with
and
those.
set them in the corner and tell them to cool off?
We'll kill them all later. Let's see what they do.
Okay.
All right, so they are moving more and more away from the common tongue. You're having less and less literal understanding, but the figurative understanding is very easy. There's some pushing out of chests, some shaking of fists, etc. And then Welenar makes a very loud statement. You don't know what he said, but Jin just blinks slowly and makes a very soft statement. And those three zombies behind him attack Welenar.
That's what happens
All
when
right.
you insult someone's mom.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe she does wear combat boots, but you don't have to bring that up.
Jin's starting move is just a calm step back and raise his weapon, which is another one of those sawtooth. No, I forgot. His weapon is a dory, a war spear. So it's one of the few spears you've seen that has a metal head.
How many goddamn things are called a dory in this adventure? The boat,
So far, really
The
just
weapon.
two. A small boat is a dory, and
the fish that we
this
Okay,
spear.
had to find.
Okay,
Yeah, that
quick
fish that got
question
lost.
for the crew, the murder hobos in my presence. Do we want to let
Present.
this resolve and see if maybe
Yes.
we want to hang out with the zombie guy, or do we just want to go in there and kill him?
We'll see. We'll probably end up killing both islands. Let's let
Right,
them
but if we
work it out.
just stand here and watch, I feel like
Right.
we're gonna break some trust.
So
All right.
this is what I say, Ellison. Whichever side dies first, we join.
But
So
if,
if they kill Welenar, then we'll join Welenar's side and we'll fight them back. If they kill this leader guy, then we will join the zombies and kill all the others.
maybe we shouldn't wait for someone to die. Maybe we should just step in, act like we're this guy's friends, and then
Why are
we
you
can ask
trying
him
to
about
steal
it.
my sunshine?
Like kill first, ask questions later. That's a pretty standard RPG type game mentality. If we don't like it, we can just quick load to before the fight.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right. You press save. For some reason, there's an error, and
Windows
the
11.
Three zombies immediately attack Welenar. They are using axes. They are using hand axes.
Well, they're gonna ask a question.
Yes. There are probably one of them has a hand axe, one of them has a timber axe, and one of them has an adze, which is like an axe turned sideways.
And one of them has a Gibson.
So if you're holding an adze sideways, is it an axe?
Yes, it's just a very inefficient axe. If you
Okay.
do it that way. Yeah. All right. They all attack him. They all get close. One of them actually connects,
Fuck.
but he's able to block it. He immediately switches to fighting mode. He steps back into a fighting stance. He blocks the closest attack is an adze swipe that's going toward the side of his body. He blocks this painfully with his left arm, and then uses what actions he has remaining to step further back into his cohort, his buddies from Acronel, and unship his shield. So he puts his shield on his arm, on his wounded arm. The wound on his arm it's not even bleeding. It's just a bruise that he was able to block. The other Acronelians all draw their weapons and get ready for a fight, but they weren't quite ready. They didn't realize how hot this is going to get so quickly. Jin, the guy who seems to have, uncorked the attack, is still walking backward. He's smiling somewhat self-satisfactorily. He is readying his weapons, but he's walking toward the other 16 or so zombies that are arranged around this large clearing. It seems like he's probably going for reinforcements.
Okay.
You guys are up. Griffith, you are at the top of the order. What you gonna
I
do?
magnetize his crotch.
Fine.
Jin's crotch is now magnetized. At risk level 2, I'm going to use, I guess, both my lucks. Since they're 2 successes, they're 2 matches. I'm going to use both those lucks to make it a risk level 2, and I will magnetize his crotch. And let's watch the axes attached to his crotch.
Okay. I love that. All right. So I want you to do a regular roll. Don't use your information lucks for this. I don't think that they really apply for this. So just do a normal roll as if we were in normal combat, which we are. So do a roll and spin
Okay,
whatever you want.
sure.
on-
Yep. So, let's see. That's intellect and do those work together? What does Ken do? Let me see. Intellect and verve. Damn it. Okay.
and nerve.
But I do have intellect and Thu. I don't have intellect and
Okay.
verve. Can I still use
Okay.
both of those matches to the risk 2, or do I need to use an Elan?
If you want the risk 2, you need to use the intellect and 1 Elan. Or you
Done.
could do a risk level 1.
Nope. I'll do it too. I really want to pull stuff to him. So
Okay.
current Elan.
Now, this is the second time that you have cast Magnetize
That's right.
in recent weeks, and there's no reason that should make any difference to how often you can cast it. This is almost like Harry Potter. As long as you've got enough Elan, you can just keep casting. But that's not your experience. The words of the Magnetize spell are now ringing in your ears. You are having some sort of feedback. You're feeling somewhat sick, and you don't think that you're going to be able to cast this spell again. Well, next round anyway. You feel like there's something about this spell is very offensive and upsetting to you. You don't know why. This has never happened before. You've had this spell for a long time. You've been a spellcaster even longer. This is an entirely new sensation for you. Okay. Our poor Mr. Jin is going to have to deal with this unless he can dodge. It's pretty hard to dodge a magnetized spell since it's based on a magnetic field. He did not get any matches. So,
Oh well.
pretty soon. All right, so one of the, let's see how many actually. We'll see if all 3. I think. Okay, yeah, one of the zombies, the one with the timber axe. Apparently, maybe that is the zombie closest to him, and or that is the weapon with the most iron in it. Starts his, he seems to be preparing his next swing, but just starts stumbling backwards and heading suspiciously toward Jin's crotch. Jin is now having trouble handling his dory, his weapon. It's
bet he
looking
is.
less like a long spear and more like a bow. His smug expression of self-satisfaction does not look nearly as smug anymore, and his calls to his compatriots nearby have gone up at least 1 octave in pitch. Okay.
He's about to have a Prince Albert.
Ellison, you're up. What's up? What you gonna do?
So I have a spell that's called Teleport. It says an object disappears and reappears. Is a person an object?
Don't objectify us. That's rude.
I think if you want to do a person, it would be a risk 2. It would be the size of risk 2. And if it's a unwilling person, they might be able to dodge it. They might be able to avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah, resistant.
I was mostly just wanting to use this as flavor, so I'll give it a shot. So I actually want to teleport our boy with the bruise, and I want to teleport him back behind us. So I'm gonna see if it works first.
Oh, Welenar? You're gonna get him out of danger?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
we have. Ooh, thank goodness. I have 2 matches, a verve and an alacrity. Does that work for?
Do you
Spellcasting?
have Ken?
No.
I don't think
so
you have
do I
Ken.
have to use
So-
intellect specifically?
You would need to
Yeah.
use intellect or Elan. So you can spend Elan
Okay.
to make that work.
So I'm gonna spend 2 Elan, and I'm gonna teleport him back right behind us, and I'm just gonna turn and say, "Let us handle this."
He
And-
seems
and-
very impressed by that. He doesn't see that coming. You get the idea that these folks, except for maybe the old fellows you met in the village, and maybe the queen, these folks don't have a lot of magical skill, magical training. So he's really impressed by what you just did. And the people who were coming to his aid, so there are 3 Acarnelians coming to his aid. 2 of them fall back to guard him in the back. One of them moves up, apparently to try to help you guys out.
Okay. I assume that's the extent of my turn.
So you used Elan to do that. You can use those other matches for whatever you want. If there's an idea that you want to use them right away, you can. Otherwise, they are wards. They protect you. They essentially increase your armor class for when you're about to get attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
use
like
him
to
as a
kinda
reaction.
I'll just
Yeah.
kind of take a defensive position and wait for my next turn.
Okay. And if there's anything, essentially snap that you want to do, for instance, change your weapon or anything, you could do that easily
Okay.
with all those successes. Okay. Vok, you are up.
I have a couple rules questions, first of all.
Okay. Sure.
It doesn't matter what type of ward you keep, like if you keep a verve ward or an intellect ward or a thew ward, something like that.
Right now, no, it doesn't.
And then, if I wanted to cast a spell, do I have to say, I'm going to attempt to cast X spell at X risk level? Or do I get to roll my dice and then say, well, I can only afford to make a risk level 1, and that's fine.
Right now, we're doing the latter. So you roll
Okay.
first, and then you decide how much.
So I'm
you
going to roll for
spend.
my turn.
Okay.
Okay, intellect,
There you go.
and... Oh, and verve, nice.
Ooh, very nice.
So the 3 zombies that were attacking Welenar are now separated from Welenar, right?
That's
So I
right.
can
That's right. And one of
safely
them is
fireball
stumbling.
them.
You could. One of them is stumbling backward toward.
Jin's
Jin.
crutch.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
One of them's having some trouble with his axe. You could easily get him inside the fireball.
all the better.
if
I
you
can
wanted.
afford.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make a potency 3 attack because it's risk
Okay.
+1, I believe.
Mhm.
Let me see. Ball of fire appears 30 times risk feet, so risk is 2, so it goes 60 feet. 10-foot radius. Yeah, and potency 3.
Okay, awesome. So these guys do not. Well, one of them sees this coming, and actually got a pretty good roll to dodge it. The others do not see it coming. So in D&D terms, 2 of these guys failed their saves. Big explosion. The damage here. I think the damage factor of a fireball is going to be like 4. You've You've got 2 extra successes, so it's like 12 points of damage to the ones who didn't get out of the way. So what happens is, dude with the hand axe actually sees it coming and moves quite agilely for a zombie. Dives out toward the side of the blast radius. He gets well singed. He's unhappy about this, but aside from most of his clothes burning off and some, damage to his dating prospects in the future, he's still alive, or he's still no more dead than he was before. The other 2 are engulfed in flame. They burst into peals of fire. They don't scream or anything. They don't seem to actually be feeling the pain very much. And they both collapse. The one with the adze is completely incinerated. The one with the timber axe is himself incinerated, but his axe goes flying out of the blast radius to connect directly with
Oh,
Jim's crotch.
yikes.
That's gotta hurt.
All right, that was an excellent use of a spell. Do you have any other
Yeah,
tricks for
I
us?
was gonna say to the guy who escaped,
Ha! You're quick on your feet, huh? The next one won't be so easy to dodge.
He doesn't seem particularly impressed, but you're not sure that that's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, he's
he may
mindless.
not have a lot of. Yeah, he's got enough mind to get away from an exploding
Whatever.
gout of fire.
whatever.
I know, but
Yeah.
he doesn't get the nuances of your intelligent speech.
The rest of us liked
Right.
it though.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody else gives thumbs
Exactly.
Very true.
up. Finger guns.
All right, Logan, you're up. The
Go ahead.
the threat in front of you is pretty much cleared off, except for this one guy who is burnt on the side of the radius. Logan is having, Jin is having trouble with axe crotch, and he is moving back toward his other workers. It seems like he's going to call for help pretty soon. He is pretty far away from you, Jin, and the one zombie that is still more or less on his feet is much closer to you. You could get to him for melee if you wanted, or
Well,
anything range. He would be in range.
this is the thing: is I have no gear, and I have no damaging spells. So
Go get your grapple on.
So, you slept through this. I think you were drinking pretty hard at that party, and you slept through the outgoing expedition. But if you have no gear, then you would have at least a dagger in your belt and a shark-toothed harpoon spear. So you've got a dagger and a spear.
Okay.
Because that's what everybody in the boat has.
I'll go take this and throw my dagger.
Okay. Give us a roll. Let's see if you can get any successes. Any matches.
Is a dagger a X1 weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I'll bring that up to be sure.
Oh yeah, and I was listening to one of that episode where you explained like leveling up and stuff like that, and it turns out that when your damage says like damage times 3, it is really 3 times the damage. It's not just.
It
plus
is
3
really.
more. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I messed that up
Yep.
a couple of episodes ago. And a
Yep.
dagger is a X2 weapon, actually.
Oh, okay.
A knife is
Alright.
an X1.
I have a
A
verve
dagger is a
match
war knife.
and 2 luck matches.
Ooh, nice.
Verve into what?
Luck?
Luck? Oh, that's awesome.
Now, hold on. Are the
Uh,
luck matches the same?
The same.
Okay.
And they're on your sheet.
I mean, they're
So,
on the dice I rolled.
Fan-
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, so the
Yes, they're on my sheet. Like, yes, I rolled
Yeah, okay.
the same thing twice, and that's on my sheet, correct?
Yep, there we go. All right, so you have exactly what you want to do here. So you have 3 matches. You could spend them all on this attack if you want, or you could save 1 or 2 of those luck matches for anything else, including just protection the next round.
I'll use them all now. I'd rather be impressive. If I can
All right,
show out,
that
I'll
is
show
very
out.
impressive.
Well, you are.
That is very impressive. So you've got 3 matches, and this is a ×2 weapon, so that's 6 damage that this could potentially do to our friend. Our friend's clothes have been burned off. He has no defense against this, and he had exactly 6 elan left. So you catch him. Where do you think? In the side of the head, in the eye, in the neck, in the heart. You make a very impressive throw. Tell us where it lands.
Right through the crotch.
All right. Sticking to the
Matt.
pattern.
Magnetize this!
Yep.
This Friday,
All right.
critics are rating. Don't miss it. Axe Crotch. The Chugger.
Okay. Our friend is badly wounded. He looks at you like, why? And then he goes down face first in the dirt. Okay. You've... That was a very impressive throw. You have cleared out all the foes around you. Logan, seems like he was ready to throw his spear and cause some serious damage. Now he's having second doubts. He's arguing with his spear. He can't figure out what the heck is going on. He took an axe head directly to the midsection, and that ruined his day. So pretty much all he can do, he also rolled really badly. So pretty much all he can do is stagger backward. He's going to make a double move. That's the best he can do. So he is staggering as goofily as you could with an axe handle sticking out of your shorts. He is having a lot of trouble, but he's moving back beyond the timber pile in the middle of this area, and he's calling loudly in language you don't understand, but obviously the zombies do. They all stop work, and they all start moving toward him. It will
he said
probably
it was
take them
lunchtime.
at least... Yeah, it will probably take them at least one round to get to him, unless some of them are very fleet of feet, like the one who Logan just killed.
Okay, so do we stay and
Okay.
fight, or do we run?
Fight.
This would be a good
Should we
opportunity
stay or
to
should
run
we
if you
go?
want. There are 16 zombies. You made short work of those 3, but there are 16 of them.
Are they all
Yeah.
grouped
that
up in a
sounds-
10-foot radius sphere?
Guys,
Not yet.
you're kind of sticking out a little. Could you move in, please? All right, perfect. Let's do this.
Yeah. He seems to be ordering them all to the center of where that last fireball landed.
Yeah.
Go there, guys. Fight.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at Welinar, is he inclined to run or stay?
He seems shocked by the way this is that these tables have turned so quickly. He also seems a little bit worried that there's, now a lot. You guys are now outnumbered. when you consider
Welinar, tell
that.
us. Are we staying or are we getting out of here?
He says to you guys, eyes on Elson, I think, since Elson was the one who teleported him. If you believe you can solve this, then attempt to solve it. I will take the rest of our forces further up toward the manse of Karagas.
That's not helpful. I don't
so-
want to fight these guys. I just,
We don't-
if we have
look.
to, we can.
What a bunch of wussies. All we have to do is kill Jin. Let's kill Jin, and then we're done. We don't have to slaughter all the zombies. Just the zombie leader.
Griffith, you've got some informational matches from the beginning here. You could spend one of those to find out if what you're saying is true.
All right. I will
You're
do that.
pretty sure that that's exactly right. That
Yep.
if you were to kill Jin, the zombies would just be doing what they were last ordered to do. Now, if they were last ordered to
Kill us.
hunt you down to the ends of the earth and flay you alive, then they would still try to do that. But more likely, what they're being ordered is very simple things. Come here, fight, defend, move forward, that sort of stuff.
Right, and we can also get Jin to the point where, one more hit and he's dead, and just say, order them to stop.
Yeah. And you're pretty sure you could, after the show of force you guys just pulled off, you're pretty sure that you would be able to convince him, convince in quotes, to do exactly that.
Yep.
I love the thought that Mark's gonna say that and then afterwards roll to see if it was true or not.
Wait, you have a. Sorry, I was
All
muted.
right.
Wait, you have put a bunch of metal on his crotch, right?
Just I think an axe. I did a threat too, so I assume that his weapon probably bent down and gave him a Prince Albert, and then the axe probably took it off.
And you have lightning
What
bolt,
what
right?
he's
I am gonna cast lightning bolt next. Yes.
Okay.
So what's going on with his spear is he's using most of his effort to try to get it under control, but the head of the spear is just bending down toward his
Yeah.
crotch.
Yep.
So he can't use the spear as a weapon. He's just trying to keep it from stabbing himself in the jewels. The axe, half of the handle is burned away, and the rest of it, head first, went flying directly into his nether regions. So
Yeah.
he's not doing well
Nope.
in that regard. He's kind of embarrassed. He does look like he might draw lightning.
Yep.
So actually, if you we're at the top of the order, so it's your turn. If you decide to cast lightning bolt, you will have advantage on this. That means you can re-roll any one of the dice that you roll, and we can use your new re-roll mechanic.
Yep. That's fantastic, but I don't need to. I got I got Verve, Intellect, and Thew. And
wow.
and I had that Thew from last time. I don't know if that still stays or not. That match from last time. But
That would have been your ward, so that would expire.
so it's gone. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna
If
I'm gonna
one of
keep
your
the,
lucks is a success,
hang
you
on.
can reroll the other one.
one is my lodestar. Yeah.
Ooh, then re-roll the other one.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
might as
yeah.
well re-roll something.
Hell yeah. Okay, so let's see. No, well, I got Soul, but I didn't get Juno. Anyway,
Okay.
it's fine. I have Verve and Intellect, so those both count towards casting, right? Because of Ken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do a risk 2 lightning bolt, and I'm going to strike the man down.
All right. And you don't have to spend any elan for that.
Nope.
Because you're just lousy with successes. And the poor guy rolls very badly again.
Well, he's kind of busy.
He is kind of busy. But, I statted him up a little bit because I wanted you guys to fight somebody you couldn't easily defeat. But I need to just do even... I need to make true on my Tyrannosaurus Rex out of the bushes.
That's right.
But anyway, given that that's not happening, this guy just... All right, your lightning just arcs right into the largest piece of metal on this poor fellow. He is... So let's see, that is...
Oh, so I
That is
can
8 points of damage.
so I can do this with my, instead of keeping the Thew as a
Ward.
ward, I will use it to tell him to call off the zombies,
I
or
think he's probably dead.
Oh, I don't think he is. Is he dead?
He's not.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. He
Call
took
off
8
call off
damage.
your zombies, or my friends and I will bury you on this mountain, on this island. It's not a mountain. It's actually the inverse of a mountain.
All right, so he's dealing now with molten crotch axe, which is much worse than normal crotch axe.
Yeah.
He's badly hurt. The armor that he was wearing is obviously compromised. He's down on one knee. He's considering his options. When I made his roll, he got no successes at all. I really want him to be like, damn you, and order the zombies to attack you. But I can't justify that with 0 successes. I think you guys have completely humiliated him. He says something, again, not in the common tongue, and the zombies slow their roll, stop, then turn around and head back toward the edges of the clearing.
I dispel magnetize.
Okay. A like a mold, like a steel mold of this guy's crotch. A custom cod piece falls off this guy. He gives a huge sigh of relief and falls back. He's sitting on his butt. He's got his knees at his chin. It seems like he's trying not to cry at this point. He's badly humiliated. He does still have one hand on his spear, but it is in the grass at his side. So it's up to you guys if you want to approach. You're out of initiative order. You can act how you want here. It doesn't seem like you're in threat here. You could just drop the mic and walk out if you want.
I mean, what's Welinar doing?
I think he left.
Oh, did he? Sorry, I was away for a moment.
That's okay. He took the rest of the Acronellians through deeper into the undergrowth and further uphill. You are approaching a ridge that is not very high, and you have strong belief based on some observations from last episode that there's a large declivity. The ground goes well down after you get to the top of this ridge.
I'm inclined to kill him just because he could cause problems for us, but I don't want to kill him without really knowing him. Like, we don't have any.
You want to ask him about his family first, then murder him?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's like, how many kids do you have?
Do you have a wife that will miss you? Ka-cha!
Is she pretty?
Oh, jeez. All right, totally up to you guys.
I think I'm going to approach him and just step on the end of his spear, just to keep him from potentially.
All right, well
Is that a
done.
euphemism?
But I'm gonna leave it up to the rest of the guys to determine what we actually do with him.
Yeah, I am not a negotiator, so that's like the marshalling guy or something, not me.
Damn it, that's me too. Okay.
This guy could fight. He's badly hurt, but he could fight. He's of all the people you've run into, except for perhaps the fellow who escorted you originally, this is the toughest looking warrior you've seen. You guys just you got the upper hand with all the magic. He doesn't have a lot of magical skill apparently, because there wasn't much he could do besides take it, and all that stuff started magically flying at him. He's going to live. He's not mortally wounded, so he's going to live unless you guys do something to change that.
Okay, so we're gonna end up on his shit list. That makes more sense. Okay, so I'm gonna ask him what was that altercation between him and Welinar? Like, why are they fighting? And yeah, well,
That's a very good question. So give me a roll. I'm going to give him a roll. We'll see how this turns out. You have advantage on this because you're standing on his spear, which is.
okay. What does advantage give me?
Reroll any one die that you want.
Okay.
All right, any matches. For this, I would allow almost any match.
Okay,
to
so
apply in some way.
on this, I matched Verve, Thew, and Alacrity with a reroll.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's excellent. Okay, you have made your point very crisply. He looks up with a little bit of fire in his eyes. You feel the spear stir a little bit under your foot, but then he relaxes his arm. He realizes, it's pretty clear he realizes this is a hopeless situation. And he says, "That fool, Welinar. He thinks he owns our island. He thinks we serve him. He would not exist without us."
I'm gonna turn to the party and put my hand up so that he can't see my mouth, and I'm gonna whisper, "Are we the baddies?"
I already
'Cause-
said no.
I don't think we're the good guys.
We are.
But
I,
we don't have zombies, and zombies are kind of bad.
Yes.
Most of the
Are
time.
they though? They were farming zombies. They're not hurt. Well, they weren't hurting anybody.
That's slave labor.
Yes.
Maybe they voluntarily became zombies.
Huh?
Ask him.
Is it a long-term contract? You know,
Yeah,
like
maybe they get paid. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay. Well, can you elaborate? Like why?
I obey the dictates of my lord Karagas. He tells us to build, and we build. Welinar thinks we should all be harvesting. We should all spend all our time propitiating Zamotane.
Yeah, makes sense. They're a bunch of fishermen.
Yeah. I mean, we'd never heard of these supposed gods before we came here, right?
Nope.
No, none of you guys. Well, Vok, did you know anything about Zamotane? I feel like you had a match on something related to this.
I thought
Yeah, you. Go ahead.
I thought I didn't get that much information.
That's right, but you did, and I don't know if this was because of your conversation or because of your previous knowledge, but you know Zamotane is a god of loam, a god of fertility, a god of death and birth.
Right.
And they've said that this island is Zamotane, but you don't necessarily understand what that would mean. I mean, it does really look a lot like an island and not at all like a god.
Okay.
Not making
So that's what you guys know about Zamotane. Jin seems very angry at Welinar and angry at you guys for enforcing Welinar's assumed superiority, is what you're getting from this. Well, I'll let you ask more questions. I won't expound forever.
Yeah. I want to give him an opportunity to convince us that he's in the right and that we need to be stopping Welinar instead. I want to hear him out.
Okay. So he attempts to stand up and he is trying to lift his spear as he does. This doesn't seem aggressive. This seems more like he's just returning to his feet.
Okay.
You gonna let him have his spear or not?
I'm gonna keep my foot on it.
All right. He grudgingly releases the haft of the spear, and it snaps back to the ground under the weight of your boot. He seems angry at being disarmed, but he also seems accepting of the fact that you guys have completely overwhelmed him. He says that the health, the wellness of everyone on these islands is all at the pleasure of Zamotane. Those on Akronel, remember Akronel is the island to the west here. Those on Akronel would have nothing if not for the efforts of we here on Zamotane.
Why is that? What are you doing here that's allowing them to have their village and live over there?
Zamotane demands sacrifice, and we provide that. We provide everything Zamotane demands, unless someone like the Lord Larn.
He's lying. I think he's lying, guys.
Someone like the Lord Larnelli assumes a different posture. My Lord Karagas has been forced to build defenses against the aggressions of Larnelli. There are 3 lords on this island. There have always been 3. And Larnelli thinks that is too many and moves against Karagas.
So what happens if you stop sacrificing to this god?
A look of horror comes across his face, actually. As if, like, no one would ever think about that. You know, he says,
Are you
we
high?
must sacrifice to Zamotane. It is the only way. It is the only way for our people.
And Welinar believes
So
this?
the idea of not doing it seems really shocking to him.
But and Welinar agrees that this is the case? Like he's just taking advantage of your sacrifice?
So Welenar himself has moved off, but you're asking Jin about Welenar?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Welenar believes that we must serve him. We do not serve Welenar, we serve Zamotane.
Okay, so not talking to him. The gist of this is that they both have the same belief system, but Welenar thinks he's better than all the people on this island. Is that what you guys are picking up?
No.
Is this like
My-
a social outcast situation?
So my question is this. I don't remember exactly why we were coming over here to murder everyone.
Yeah.
But at some point, that the nice people who gave me this beautiful mask told us to come over here. And then we came over here, and we, being ignorant of their ways, saw zombies. They attacked us, we killed them. Welenar spoke to this man. There was an argument. They attacked, we killed them. I feel as if we either need to, it's up to us, I think, as a group. Are we going to be negotiators of peace amongst the island or islands? Or are we going to say, not our problem, and go back? And did we get all our weapons from the previous island?
Thought they gave him back
Yep.
to us.
Okay.
They gave
So,
them back when you left the village.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so
we
the
could
big
just
thing
we
is
could
why
we could go back to our boat and say fuck this. This is not our issue.
Yeah, like how did we get roped into this in the first place? I don't remember that part.
Because we thought we were doing good. We thought that Zamotane was an evil god who is causing problems with the fish, and it turns out that that's not
right.
the case. What the case is that these people on the island are doing their on this island here are doing their best to defend against what sounds like a tyrannical megalomaniac. So
it sounds
we
to
we
me-
can either negotiate peace amongst these three, or we can go remove the one that wants only one, or we could fuck off and go continue on our merry way. That's
What it sounds to me,
what I see.
What it sounds like to me is we just need to kill all of them, and then we don't have to worry about Zamotane anymore, right?
Or
I
we
mean,
can kill
I'm worried
Zamotane.
if maybe the Zamotane stuff is actually true.
That sounds
In
like
addition to all of this, you know, gods or spirits or deities can have all sorts of desires and sacrifices and powers.
and kinks.
yeah, maybe he wants to see them fight.
Okay, so, all right. Well, I think for the sake of the game, we should play along. The question is, do we kill this guy?
No, we don't kill this
knowing
guy.
that
No, no.
knowing that Welenar isn't exactly
No,
100% in the right.
No, we don't kill this man. We ask this man to take us to Caracas or whatever his god's name.
Caragos.
Is. His
Yeah,
It's his lord's name.
Caragos, his lord's name. And then we go. We'll talk to Caragos, and then we go talk to Laramie or whatever his name is, and then we go find out who the third one is, and we go talk to him, and then
I
we
feel like we're gonna
decide.
get dead somewhere along the way.
No. We kill when we need to kill. We're just talking. If we're just talking,
we're just
why would
talking.
they-
We're bringing back a great warrior that we whooped his ass, and he's just gonna stumble into the town and be like, "Hey, these are my buddies."
I can
Like-
patch him. I can patch him up.
I just don't know that that's a
So-
good idea. Like, I
I
feel
can say
like
my
if we
bad.
wanted to leave this encounter, we could, and we could leave him alive, and that would be fine. Like, but I don't know. I mean, sure, it'll probably come back to bite us in the ass later, but I don't know that it's really. Yeah, I don't know what Welenar really wants to do here.
How many?
So-
How far away from Jin are you guys having this conversation? Is it likely he's overhearing you, or not likely?
Yeah, he's hearing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He hears us.
He perks
Sure
up
he
when you
hears us.
We're
mention
all looking
Karagaz.
directly
And
at
he
him
says,
as we say these things.
He says, indeed, I must return to my lord. I must return to my lord right away, in hopes of getting there before Welinar does.
Oh, so Welinar's headed that way.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Let's go over there and let's all like. I don't think we need to kill this guy just for the sake of killing
No.
this guy. Like, let's take him back and we can
My
all
only-
discuss it and hopefully not turn into another brawl.
Right. My only fear, if I'm being honest, is it's tasting a little bit like redemption, and I'm not seeking that. I don't know if I need to do good deeds at any point, but I will go with the group, go along with you, and if I need to give this man healing, we can give him healing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to remove
Okay.
my foot from the spear, and I'm going to look at him and say, "Let's go back and go to your village. I guess it's a village. I don't know. Let's go to your superior and figure this out. I don't have any stake in this fight, and we were just defending Welinar. But now I'm concerned that there's a lot more going on here, and I want to know."
Yes, and I would like to know, Jin, do you have a wife and family?
Don't answer that. Don't do it. Put the wallet back
That's
in
a
your
good
pants.
question. He says, like all of the lieutenants, I once had a wife, but I have sworn myself to my lord.
Do you have any? Okay, so I was going to ask if you had any offspring. And
He seems like he doesn't want to answer that. It seems like a sore subject, but I'm sure you could.
okay,
you could
I
press
mean,
this
I was
if
just
you
going
want.
to say because if you, but it sounds like it doesn't matter. I was going to say if you did not, then I would heal your crotch. But if you already have some, then if you have a sire, then you're fine. Because I don't think that thing's going to be producing anything soon.
I mean, it'd be a pretty good faith thing
Yes.
to do to heal him, so that he knows that we aren't gonna like. Well, I guess he didn't really have any chance anyway. If we were gonna kill him, we would have done it now. He's really the only threat to us potentially.
Yes, old
yeah.
older man. Could you heal his crotch?
I can heal him.
Oh, I thought our old friend Logan was a healer.
Oh, me? No.
Oh,
No.
What? No.
Lightning bolt.
I could tether him. I can make him fly.
Oh, okay. When you
Uh,
said you didn't have any offensive spells, I thought they were all helpful. Never mind.
oh no,
old man.
I'm pretty. Well, you saw what I did with the dagger.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. What do you mean you don't have any offensive spells? You blew up a boat with a lightning bolt.
No, that was.
No, that was me.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was good.
That was the captain of the ship that we took.
Well, also
Hmm.
you hit.
Right.
You hit.
I did not. Speak no more of it.
Okay.
That is not a lightning scar on his back.
So Jin feels he seems like somewhat angry at you making fun of. Actually, no, there's no somewhat about it. He seems quite angry, but he is controlling his anger at you making fun of his terrible wounds that you.
Oh,
that
I
you
am not
applied
making.
to him.
But I am not making fun of them.
No, that
I'm
was the
sorry
Oni.
if they came across that way.
You're talking
Oh.
about the
All right,
Oni.
so okay,
So-
I would like
hey,
to
Jen.
let him lead us back to the village, but I'm
I can
obviously
heal
keeping
him
an
first.
eye on
I
him.
have a healing spell.
Yeah, heal him.
Okay. So while you work on that, Vok, why don't you give me a roll and see if you get any successes on your heal. Jin is going to stand up. He's using his spear a little bit more as a walking stick. He's not making any threatening moves toward you. He is doing some very perfunctory repairs to his outfit. He goes to the one zombie that almost survived the fire. Well, that survived the fireball, but then took a dagger to the crotch, and he recovers that zombie's hand axe, which he puts in his waistband. He takes a piece of leather clothing, which he throws over his shoulder, and ties into his own outfit in an attempt to repair some of the damage there. And he grudgingly retrieves the dagger and tosses that back to Logan.
Very, very quickly. No.
Yeah.
More than one throw.
Tosses it back to Logan's crotch.
He sidearms it at him.
Okay. So, I would just like to keep myself between the party and him. Yeah.
All right, Logan. The dagger flies past you effortlessly. It's not a killing throw. It lands at Logan's feet. He was literally just tossing it back.
Oh, great. I'll pick it up for Logan. Logan is kind of old. If he bends over, he might not get back up.
Oh, it's like the remote control.
I'm back.
Oh God!
Logan has one of those little grasper things, so he doesn't have to bend all the way
exactly.
down. You just grasp it. All right. Vok, did you get any matches on your spell?
Yeah, so I can restore one attribute or one along.
Okay. He has not set any of his attributes, so you restore an elan for him, and he thanks you. Thank you. He thanks you kind of grudgingly, but he's also like very, very relieved because you don't think he had too many points of elan left. Okay. He points his spear up toward the top of the ridge. I described this earlier when you guys landed, but I didn't give you I didn't return to the detail. This is a very lush jungle. There is no temperate zone like there seems to be on the other island. There is no mountain. There is a ridge, and you think there's a caldera, a declivity, something in between.
Yep.
Beyond the ridge. Both in the jungle between the ridge and the beach, as well as along the top of the ridge, there are occasional trees that are 100 feet taller than all the other trees around them. And these are kapok trees.
Oh, yeah.
And he points his spear toward a particularly tall kapok tree that is, it's a little difficult to gauge distance, but it's probably just 3 or 4 miles from where you stand now.
Mm-hmm.
He says, that is the manse of Lord Karagos. We must make great haste and arrive there before Welinar.
Well, he's got like a 10-minute head start. We better book it.
Yeah. Follow me. And he tucks his spear under his arm, and he starts running almost like a linebacker, except instead of carrying a football, he's carrying a spear. And he heads up a path that would be pretty hard for you to see. It's definitely not the same path that the Aquanellians were blazing. This is a small game path.
Okay.
That he's following.
Yep, following.
So he's heading off. He said nothing more to you guys.
Yep, we're following him.
All right. Everybody give me a roll, and if anybody wants to spend any of your information successes from earlier, you can. Any question you have about the jungle or your destination or the guy you're following or anything, you can.
Wow, this worked really well.
Oh, God.
I received a Thu and Alacrity match because I'm just
Okay.
awesome at traversing trails, I guess.
You are keeping pace with him quite well. Also, if you can remember it, if you ever need to navigate the paths here in, at least in the area that Karagos controls, you're going to have advantage on discovering these little paths. It seems like the zombies use very large. They basically make a road as they go. It's not a it's not pavement, and they don't fell trees you don't see any evidence except for the ones that you just found of zombies actually felling trees. But they do clear a wide area as they move from place to place. The lieutenants, such as Jin here, they instead move much quicker and follow these little small game paths through the jungle, so they can move much more quickly and much more quietly. And Ellison now has advantage on doing that himself.
Okay. How do you spell Caragas?
Caragas.
I didn't expect it to be so simple.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So Ellison is easily keeping pace. Anybody else have any? Did anybody get a bail rather?
Yeah,
on your roll?
I got 2 matching bales.
Okay, that's perfect. All right. So Logan is having trouble keeping up. Logan is potentially losing his way. You guys are outdistancing Logan. Logan, you can still hear them. You know they're up there, but you're like, guys, wait for me. There is a potential you'll lose Logan on the next leg of the trip unless somebody does something, or somebody else has a match that they can use to help you out. That's as bad as that bail's going to be, though.
Is it possible that with my do I need both of these to keep up with him, or could I be using my alacrity to keep up and my food to just like grab him and shoulder him and just run with him? Like, how much does he weigh?
So what we could do, what we could do is
man.
you could give up your spot in the lead. You could double back and take care of Logan, and then Logan would not get lost. But one of the other characters would be in the lead, which is probably fine. You don't feel like you're going to get lost. All of a sudden, you have you Ellison feel at home in these jungles, and Logan definitely does not. Logan is like, where did I leave my slippers?
Okay, I'm concerned about getting too far away from him. What is this guy's name?
Jin.
Jin. I
J-I-N-N.
don't know why I can't remember that. I'm concerned about getting away from Jin and having him near the party. But I don't want
let's see if
to leave behind
Logan.
Yes.
Okay, Vok, Griffith, did you guys get any matches?
Yeah, I got an intellect
Trying
match.
to follow you? Intellect match. Okay, all right. And Griffith, anything?
Nothing.
Okay, so how about this for an order? The new order would be Vok in front, and then Griffith. Then Ellison has fallen back to look after Logan. Then Logan is in the rear. If that's an okay order, then you guys are going to be able to make most of this trip in that order without getting lost.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right. We're going to 4 miles is not that long, especially you guys in decent shape and you're jogging. We'll do one more round the table to see if there's anything that you want to do. Is there any of your remaining information roll you want to spend? Any questions? Any other actions you want to take? Or are you really just going to stay in line and follow Jin?
I'm just staying in
I'm just
line and
gonna
following
follow.
Jin. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what happens is, do you guys know what kapok trees are? Those are real trees.
Oh,
I was
I
about
thought
to
you were
Google
saying
it,
K.
but I just decided against it.
I thought we were just talking about Korean pop.
Literally every time he says that, I think he's saying K-pop.
That's awesome. All right, so let me show you a picture really quick.
I was
these
just surprised that the Korean pop artists had their own trees.
These are some of the tallest trees in the world, here in the real world, Earth. They
there it is.
exist in the foster log, but they are even bigger in the foster log. They have buttress roots, which sort of like cypress maybe, but you can see
Yep.
the buttress roots even here on Earth
Holy
grow
crap.
huge. And
Oh, yeah.
they are even bigger in the foster log. And they have naturally occurring thorns that look amazing.
Oh my
These
God.
giant sharp thorns. So a kapok tree is a really amazing tree. They have pods that hang in the leaves, in
that's
the branches. Yeah, they're very cool. It's worth reading about.
That
So,
first picture
anyway-
you gave, I couldn't really tell the scale, so I was hoping that
I
there was a
know.
banana, but they put a girl in it. That's close enough.
Yeah. It really helps to see just the massive nature of these. So they tend to, like most trees, to get a little bit thinner as you move toward the top. The particular kapok tree you are approaching here is more like this one in the picture. It has a single trunk with very broad, wide, large branches coming out near the top. It's at least 300 feet tall, and among these large branches is a tree manse. A 4-story house is essentially built into
cool.
this, and it the structure of it looks very similar to what you saw on Acronel. The not a lot of timber. There is some timber here, but not a lot of timber. There's plenty of thatch, that sort of stuff. It is there's no stone or anything like that, as you probably wouldn't think there would be in a treehouse. There's no evidence of metal or wire or scaffolding or anything like that.
I feel like that's specifically so we can't use magnetize, but I'll go with it.
No, this whole area is metal poor. In fact, I regretted giving Jin that metal spear.
Yeah, it would make more sense for it
as
to be
soon
some
as
kind
Mark-
of like volcanic rock, right?
Right, which is what most of these weapons are. They're either made of like the teeth of the large fish and sharks in the area, or they're made or shells, or they're made of volcanic glass like obsidian.
Well, now you know better.
Can't
Yep.
give us anything nice.
You get the idea that spear, for whatever it's worth, was from trade. These people have some trade, but very little, because most of what you see here is something that could be harvested here, but not everything. Not every single item is obviously from here. You've not seen any forge or anything like that would explain where somebody would get an iron spearhead.
Yeah, he's probably regretting
Okay.
it a little bit.
He is. He's really regretting it. He's switching back to obsidian. First chance I get, I'm trading this in.
That's right. I mean,
On and off
he's
one of the
you know
suckers.
to his credit, sounds like they don't have a lot of magic on these islands, so he didn't know really that someone could magnetize his crotch.
It also sounds like they might have some standards of decency on this island, so he thought even if someone could do that they wouldn't do it. But no,
I don't know what
no,
those
it
are.
happened. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you are approaching a big kapok tree full of tall buttress roots, big thorns, and a manse built in the middle branches.
So if we look
And-
around, are the other villagers do they look threatening? Are they just like, oh hey, what's his face is back, cool, whatever, and doing their own thing?
That's a good question. So there are no villagers. This is not a village. This is one house in a tree, and there is obvious evidence of people walking in and out of here. But this doesn't look anything. Although the architecture looks like what you saw in Acronel, it does not look at all like a village. Instead, it looks like a single hermitage out in the trees. There's evidence of people, footpaths back and forth, but you don't see anyone on them yet, except for you guys.
That's something,
You can't tell what's going on in the house. There are porch sort of outdoor areas in this house, and those are not occupied, but there are also hanging skin doors, and you have no idea what's going on inside. You can't see.
Okay.
Shall we
The
go
manse
on
of my lord Karagath.
Ah,
So Jin gestures to it. Yeah. Is there, if there's anything you guys want to do before? Well, I'm going to interpret the the slow response to mean there isn't. And Jin makes a loud call that sounds like a little bit like one of the birds you've been hearing throughout, both on Akronel and over here on the island of Zamatane. And after a moment, one of those skin doors, the third story up, moves aside, and a tall, older man walks out onto the porch area. There really isn't even a rail. There are vines and things around here, so they obviously get used to walking around on here. But it seems a little precarious up there. He's having no trouble at all. Even though he's a little bit older, he's moving very fluidly up there, and he stares down silently at everyone.
I raise my
Anything you wanna
arms.
say?
I raise my arms and I fly up to the porch.
I'm gonna motion to Griffith
Mhm.
to step forward, and I'm gonna say, he's old like you. Certainly, you'll be better at this.
I'm not
conversation."
old. Oh my
Or,
god.
I'm sorry.
Eric, you are so fucking lost in every game.
It's not Griffith. God, what is his name?
It's Logan.
Logan.
It's Logan.
I'm right
One day.
here.
One
Jesus.
day, one day I will know, and I won't
I
make
doubt
these
it. I
mistakes.
truly doubt it.
So,
I doubt it,
so
Eric.
the problem is I have notes, and I saw
Uh-huh.
MA and went, "Oh, that's Matt," but I didn't read the full word. It's Mark.
Yeah.
It's Griffith.
Yeah,
I'd like
it's
to
a lot of
roll
letters
for
to
a new
read.
team
It's-
member that
it's a
can
lot of
read.
letters. I'm a fighter, not a not a book guy.
So
Not
I raise my arms up and I float and I fly up to the porch.
Okay. And give me a roll for that. For
No,
your
I
spellcasting.
don't have the ability fly. I just still think I can.
Oh,
So
okay.
you spread your arms and you just kind of hop in place for a second.
All right.
All right, now Ellison, you can say what you
that's
wanted to
very
say to Logan.
embarrassing looking.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello. Hello.
He looks down at you incredulously. There's a long pause. He's looking at Griffith, acting like he can fly, like a 1,200-pound Lystragon, acting like he can fly under his own power. And he's shaking his head, and then he says, "Explain yourselves. Why are you here on my land?"
There's no trespassing signs. I don't. Is this a trick question?
Do you come from Larinelli?
No. We're independent.
We're independent contractors.
When I
We're surveying
registered
this
to
area.
vote, I did not choose Larnelli.
All right, give me a roll, and then tell me what you can try to do with any matches that you have. Logan, you especially, if you get verve matches, or I don't know if you have the charm skill.
I mean,
that could
obviously,
help
I
you.
have the terms.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the roller is broken because I'm continually rolling Sagittarius.
Well, I'm not, so it's just you.
My luck is
F5.
broken.
That we had
I mean,
F5 if you want.
My
Eric's IP
intellect dice
address in
seems
this.
to always roll Virgo, so
That's what. That next time you level up, you're gonna take that one.
I already have it, which is pretty
Oh.
nice.
Is that that's physical dice though, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I have an
I
intellect
usually spend
advantage and
mine,
a
so why
luck
don't you guys
match.
spend some of your stuff, and we'll see what happens.
Matt, what are the matches that you got there?
An
Logan?
intellect match and a luck match.
Ooh,
You got luck again?
Yeah.
Dang.
so like both your luck dice came up, or just
Yeah.
one?
Like,
Both. Like he's like, yeah. Whatever sounds like I get more. That happened. All right. So
wait, is it a luck match if you just do the one? I thought they both had to match.
They do.
Correct.
You have to roll
correct,
doubles on luck, and you have to have it on your
Right.
sheet.
They just
Yeah,
keep
this is
asking you,
the third
Matt, because
time
they think
I've
you're a
rolled
fucking idiot.
doubles. Well, I got
well, you
Got my
have
Bails
you've
previously.
missed a few. You've missed a few, and we've
And
redefined.
you've got
it
a guy
couple
that
times.
can't. Yeah, and you've got a guy on your squad that can't remember people's names. So there's also that. Like we're not making any assumptions here.
Logan, you're pretty sure that he believes you. I think, when you originally met the Acronelians on the island, wasn't it you, Logan, who was most charming to the queen?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep, she wanted him.
There is something about
That's
you.
what she said.
Maybe it's because you're an Oni and they have Oni in both their cultures. Maybe it's because you're old and you are following some, older politeness, some older protocol that these guys are familiar with. But you are speaking their language, not literally, but figuratively, and you are making yourself well understood. So try to remember or write down on your sheet that you have advantage in any noble discourse with these folks, the Acronelians or the people on Zamatane, which means you can reroll any one die in the future if you do this. You have figured out something about their culture. You don't know exactly what it is, but they are following
Respect
some
their
older.
elders.
Yes, they are following some older form of propriety that you are familiar with.
Some older form of propriety.
Yes,
I-
that's what it said.
Emphasis on the older.
Yeah, some older form of older. I am concerned, and I
Hello,
just want to make sure
concerned.
that in your game, you are not prejudiced against me
Once
because
you decided to be the fat skunk,
I'm not fat. I'm
you're
thin.
600 pounds.
I'm big.
Really big. You're like 8
I'm-
feet tall, I think.
Yeah, and I'm not fat. Thank you very much, you piece of shit, Ellison. But
I'm
I
the
know
one
you
that's
said that because I have a mask on, they're willing to entertain me as not the least tolerate me. But I feel like that they're actually prejudiced against me anyway. Like they see the mask. It's not like they don't see the mask. You know what I'm saying? Like they know that there's a mask for. All I'm saying is I got my bail.
Okay.
That was good.
That's
That was-
actually
that was-
really well
That was a
put.
good lead up. I was like, what the fuck
That's
is he
very
rambling
good.
on about? Like, what the hell? Just
I
go
know.
with it.
I know. That's very good. That's just superb roleplay. So take an advantage on like an inspiration. Take an advantage on your next roll.
Okay.
What he's doing for now is, He is obviously ignoring you. He is obviously paying you no attention. He knows what that mask means. So you think that these folks are not you actually gain a little bit of knowledge from this. These folks are not an entirely different culture or anything like that. They have a lot of overlap with the Acronelians. Their architecture looks similar, and now you see their routines are similar.
Their disdain is similar.
Their disdain is similar. In both cases, Logan was a hit, and in both cases, Griffith was a total miss.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
still trying to figure out why you're still wearing the mask now that we've left the village. Like, there's no
'Cause
reason
it's
that you need to
awesome.
be wearing it.
It's wonderful. It goes with my outfit.
All right. So,
Wait, are you wearing clothes?
No.
I mean, I'm
Wait,
I'm
who?
wearing a linothorax and a cloak, so the upper portion of me, yes.
Just got it all hanging out.
and nobody
I'm Winnie the Pooh
claimed
in
that. Nobody claimed that cod piece you guys manufactured earlier. That's still out there, up for grabs. Okay. You guys gonna say anything else, or you're gonna wait for Karagast to get to embark on the next part of the discourse here?
No, let's just get into it.
Karagast says, Your so Logan, what was it that you said last that impressed him the most? Did you say anything about actually why you were there? I think you were just introducing.
I said that I registered independent, which you got him
Right,
super
that's
pumped.
what I thought. Yeah.
I guess
got
local
that.
elections
Trying to
are
figure out
coming up. We saw some signs along the way.
Karagast says, under the circumstances, I simply do not believe you are here as happenstance. If that is all you have to say, I suggest you leave immediately. And Jin says, my lord, it's worse than we thought. They are here with the Aquinelians. And that darkens Karagast's mood quite quickly.
I'd
My
like to clarify,
lord.
the only reason we came with them is that we met them first. We don't really know that we believe in their reasoning for being here.
Yes,
Okay,
that
give
is
me a-
true, my lord. Give him a roll.
Okay, everybody that's talking to Karagast, give me a roll. And if we're going to add up all these matches, and honestly, I will just, any match is fine. And if you guys can get over 3 matches, I think you're gonna convince him
Is
that
this
you
separate
you really
from our
did vote independent.
earlier role?
Yeah, this is another roll.
Okay.
We're getting deeper into the conversation. You're trying to convince him that you're.
Man, I need to change
That
So
you
let's
voted
see.
independent.
I really need verve, right? So let me. I have that.
Get
I have that +1.
you have that
back.
advantage. Yeah,
so I'm gonna-
reroll
I'm gonna
whatever
reroll
you want.
Leo.
I have 1 match.
Okay.
I got Leo again. I have 2 matches,
Look-
but it's dexterity and Boo.
Yeah, mine.
I'm opening it up. I'm going to let you use all of those.
I'm
for
I'm
this
shadow
because-
I'm shadow boxing down below. I know what I did.
Yeah.
I'm interpretive dancing.
Yeah. What you guys are doing is being held under great scrutiny from some apparent wise man up very literally on high, and he's also putting together the fact that you're there with Jin, and Jin does seem like he got his ass kicked, but he also is not in chains. You know, he's not.
Yeah.
You haven't brought him there as a threat.
Yeah, and
So-
as Ellison said, we met them first is the only reason why, and they made it sound like you guys were evil. And then we spoke with your man Jin here after we thoroughly kicked his ass, and we determined that maybe he is a little bit more in the right than these other people, especially this one that you speak of, the Laramie or whatever. He sounds like a right prick.
The Aquinellians are fools. They have no idea the challenges that face us here. Larinelli being one of the worst among them. His name is Ash in your mouth. He's very pissed off about this Larinelli.
Yeah, he sounds like a dick.
And Jin says, those from Aquinel come soon behind us, Lord Karagast. What would you have me do? Karagast, with no further ado, he walks back inside, and you guys are left a little clueless what the heck is going on. And then you hear a loud sound like the wind, but you don't see very many branches moving or anything. It sounds like a very loud wind, but you don't feel any wind.
Excuse me.
Just hear the sound. And and bursting not out of Griffiths, but out of the top of the manse comes a flock of what look like crows. Oh. And they come pouring out and circling and cawing loudly and moving in a large tornado-like pattern. But as they get maybe a mile away from the tree, they get much quieter and then vanish. So this is some sort of magical event, almost certainly. They did not fly like normal crows. And Karagast comes back out.
Hold up. Jin, why were you so freaked out about magic when this motherfucker is just doing magic on the reg? What? Huh? Hold up.
Only the greatest of us can learn
Oh,
the ways of magic. This is why
Hell yeah.
Lord Karagas is our lord.
I agree.
so are we kind of lords, boys?
No, you are obviously
We
not
are
great.
the greatest of them.
No.
Oh hell yeah!
Vok, do you do
The
magic?
gifts of magic. The gifts of magic
We
are,
went
are,
all greatest on your crotch earlier.
That's right.
are shamefully used by you.
Shameful.
I do have a question. Vok, do you
I've
have...
been studying magic long and hard. It's not shameful.
Do you do magic, Vok?
Yeah, he just doesn't do crotch magic like the rest of you guys.
Oh.
You know, you should try the crotch magic. It's surprisingly effective. And also,
it is.
if you use it on your own time. Wee.
That's when it's best.
Between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., that's Vok time. Don't disturb me.
That's when he pulls out his vacuum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have to learn that spell.
Okay. Jin, after putting up with all your crap, he says, Karagas has summoned the others. Soon we will have reinforcements here.
Awesome.
Is there about to be a war? Should we clear out?
I feel like
So,
things are about to get very bad for us.
I didn't
No.
register independent.
this show of magic, it really did sort of, now that Jin has said this, come off as some sort of beacon or whatever. You don't see any other effects happening right away, but you do feel like, yes, some stuff is in motion now. You feel like that there's going to be another round where that happens shortly after this one, and you should probably decide what posture you want to take
If
in this
I
one.
jump,
So-
will I die when I hit the ground?
It's like 200 feet, so
So it's pretty much a guaranteed yes, guys.
Are you all the way up there? How did you get up there?
Oh, are we still at the bottom?
Yeah.
You're still at the
haven't
bottom.
got anywhere.
Nobody has come up yet.
So we're just yelling up
Can-
200 feet at the sky? Like, I thought we were having a face-to-face
Yes.
conversation.
Can I?
No.
Can I gesture to the group for us to circle up real quick?
Huddle up.
What's going
Gentlemen,
on, man?
What,
Yes.
what? He wants us to leave. They're about to have a war. Let's just go.
Mhm. All right.
What? I mean,
Peace out. See you, Jen.
fuck 'em. I mean, do we care?
No, I think our
we don't
work
know
is
who
done
to
here.
fight for.
Yeah, and I think our work is done here. We let them know that the people across on the other island are a bunch of pricks. We let them know that we think that they're probably in the right, and now we can just take off.
Should we ask them? Like, hey, it's cool if we leave, right? Like, we're
No,
not
he
gonna-
told us to leave. What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I didn't know if this was like a leave and we're gonna kill you, or a leave or we're going to kill you.
Oh,
He
like
did
they
tell you-
want to hunt us for sport kind of thing?
He did tell you leave right after Jin said that they come with the Acronellians. So-
That's on him. If he wants us to
Yeah.
stay, he has to extend that branch.
So Jin is going to volunteer some stuff while you huddle. He says this.
Mhm.
The Acronellians, Welinar, they do not understand. Perhaps in the service of my lord, you will stay and help them understand that it is not we who are breaking the oaths of the old ways. It is Larnelli. Larnelli is the true foe. Larnelli is the one causing our efforts to go elsewhere than to propitiate Zamotain.
Jin, I have one question for you. I do like the fact that you are asking us to assist. What's the XP we can expect from this? Because we'll be happy to stay.
If we will
If I-
benefit greatly
yes.
in the experience department.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when you ask it that way in that sort of cosmic, abstracted way, I would say there was definitely a level in here somewhere if you could sort this out. There would definitely be another level up. some.
You have my
I
level.
personally,
Hold on. All right, so
as
so,
me, Jin, I'm pretty high level already, but I'm looking forward to leveling up also,
Okay.
and I want to come out of here alive myself.
So if we were to
Oh my
metagame
God.
here, Jin, if we just murdered everybody, that'd be the quickest way to end this.
Okay, so
Jen said, "Okay, you heard it."
No, he wants us to
Uh,
convince the others that it's not.
Yeah,
It's not them. It's Laramie or whatever.
right. But what
We're-
what I want
we're
to
not gonna
know
murder.
is- right. What I want to know is there a chance at peaceful resolution between these two peoples, or which
Yeah.
are probably technically one people? Or
Of course
are we
there
gonna
is.
End up,
You saw how we negotiated with Jin. We can negotiate with them as well.
negotiate with their crotches just as easy as we negotiated with your crotch.
That's right.
So those are very good questions. So if you get the idea, I like your 2 people, 1 people. It's actually 3 people, 1 people. You get the idea that there is Jin and at least some number of zombies owe fealty to Karagas. You get the idea that there's somebody else on this island, Zamatane. There's somebody else on this island named Larinelli, and that, at least according to Jin, he is an aggressor. He is trying to take over the turf of Karagas. And you get the idea that the guys from Acronel, they think that the people over here on Zamatane are screwing up. That the people over here on Zamatane have broken some oath or some protocol, and they are causing the fish to no longer, find their nets. They are causing the cold winds to blow. They're not doing their jobs, and so Welinar's over here to tell everybody,
okay.
you got to do your job. And part of that was seeing that last group of zombies cutting trees.
Right. So
There's no
harvesting.
evidence that. Right. There's no evidence that any major timber manufacture happened anywhere on this island. In fact,
Right.
aside from that pile of timber, Karagas's manse here is the most worked wood you have seen on this island anywhere.
Mhm.
So it sounds to me like these two groups could potentially work together to find the actual problem.
At Larinelli. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also wonder if Larinelli has a right-hand man like Karagas has, and maybe his name is Tonic, and then maybe we can also get them together with
Yeah,
Jin.
they can. Yes, he does. It's spelled Taunike.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. All
Okay,
right. So
let's do this thing then. I guess we just wait for Welinar to get here.
okay. So
I'm sorry, you're supposed to leave Welinar alone. Ba-dum-dum.
I'm so proud of you. That's great. Now I have to change his damn name. It's gonna keep happening. Weldar applies. He shows up and immediately applies for a name change. Okay, so Karagas. Let me see how he's going to do this. He undergoes a number of hand motions, etc., and then he appears standing among you. Karagas appears standing right between you guys and Jin.
Damn, that's impressive. A 200-foot teleport? Like, damn.
He's very tall. He's an Anthrid, but he's a very tall Anthrid.
Just to,
Actually, he's one of these folks that you have a little trouble telling if he's an Anthrid or an Oni, because he's tall. He's got peaked eyebrows. You can't tell if he's got horns or not because he's wearing a turban. He is much fancier dressed than anyone you've seen anywhere. He seems to have be dressing more like folks in the mainlands, more like wizards of the mainlands. So you don't know if he's traded for this, or maybe he actually is a wizard from the mainlands. You don't know where he got this get-up that he's wearing, but it's a robe and turban. Pretty impressive looking. As you look at him, though, you can sort of see through him, and you realize that actually he's not teleported. This is some sort of illusion that he's putting there.
Illusion.
Yeah, in front of you.
I want to try
And
to touch him.
okay, when you touch him, his image wisps a little bit as if it were projected on a curtain, and he does not. You don't feel him. He does not feel you.
Ooh.
But he is making eye contact with you guys, and it does seem that there are senses present in this projection, because he immediately says, "The Aquanellians come.
I'm inside
We
you.
must settle this right away."
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to get behind him and get as close as I can so it looks like I'm him.
Okay.
How much do
Kind
you
of
weigh
wear
again?
him. I look. Can we not talk about my weight? It's lovely Lystragon lumps. Now shut up.
Oh, all right. So sure enough, you see the Aquanellians. You see Welinar, and not too far behind him, Baran, come noisily out of the underbrush. They did not find a path; they sort of blazed one up here from where you guys last met. Welinar seems a bit stunned to see you, and particularly stunned to see Jin. No one, though, is more startling to him and the Aquanellians than Karagos. To see Karagos standing there seems amazing to them at first. It's not clear whether they know this is a projection or not. What is happening here? Welinar is totally set aback. He did not expect any of this. He knew where Karagos' manse was, obviously, but he didn't expect any of this greeting party.
Welinar, you have some splaining to do.
He immediately looks suspicious, especially at you get the idea that he has some sort of prejudice against people who wear masks like that.
Really?
We've
All right.
heard you may be causing climate change. Is this correct?
I use hairspray in my apartment, which is totally sealed, and they're telling me that this somehow changes the climate? No way. All right, no, he doesn't say that. Instead, he seems very confused, and he says, "The bounty of the sea, the health of the air. This is why we are here. We must ensure it, and these fools are not following the old ways." You can tell he said fools the same way he said it to Jin, but it rolls right out of his mouth, and you can tell he seems a little embarrassed to have said that in front of Karagos, who is just glowering, who's not saying a word right now. Welinar did not anticipate that he would come face to face with a lord, apparently. This would be like doing something really stupid, like walking right up to the queen and shooting off a lightning bolt or something. This would be really embarrassing.
Nothing we've ever
do
done
that.
before, but we could probably.
Nobody would ever do that. Yeah,
no.
exactly.
That'd be gauche.
Yes. What?
I'm going to tell him I don't think that the fault lies here, and I think that we should work together to resolve the issue.
Okay. Is anybody? I like this angle that Ellison is taking. Is anybody else going to either help Ellison or try to present a different angle here, or is it all just Ellison?
No, I think
Ellison,
I
you
think
go ahead
one
and
of
make
them
the-
are at fault for sure. So I'm not helping Ellison with this line.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to mediate because don't they have a common enemy in the other group?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to get at.
Laurinelli.
Why? Are we just every person we meet? We're like, well, they must be good because they say they're good. And
I
then we're
know,
gonna
I know,
meet
you guys are kind of
Laurinelli,
pushovers
and
in there.
Laurinelli's gonna be like, nah, I'm good. We're like, all right, then who's bad? Let's find the fourth
Yeah.
person.
I I don't know how it goes. I feel like if you haven't had your breakfast, you just kill them.
Yeah.
But if you're not grumpy, you're like, yeah, okay, you're good also. Everybody's good. All right, Ellison, give me a roll. Tell me any matches you get, especially in verb or intellect. Logan, it sounds like you're voting independent again.
Yep.
Vok, give me a roll. Sounds like you are attempting to mediate. Verb and intellect, especially important matches, but any matches, let me know. Griffith, what do you think? Are you pulling for any particular side or resolution here, or are you just kind of trying to see how it works out?
No, I think that they need to come together because I think it's Larinelli that's causing the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You also give me a roll.
I matched on Aquarius, which is verb.
Okay. That's great.
Ooh, it's mending.
Yes, that's very good. Any other matches from Griffith or Vok?
Well, I got a Thu match, but that's it.
Okay.
I got an intellect, a Thu, and an alacrity.
Okay.
So I think I'm doing interpretive dance again. But this time intelligently.
All right. Well, so the intellect is going to help you perceive what's going on. And you are thinking, Griffith, that you're not sure that you guys are perceiving the whole story. This is moving a little bit fast and you keep changing alliances. But there's evidence that you are, at least to some degree, right here, that these two are not at loggerheads. The Acronellians probably don't want to go head-to-head with Karagas because neither of them will achieve any goals that they want. Ellison, your verb match articulates that this is a lose-lose situation. The what's causing the trouble is apparently Larinelli, not Karagas. And so there's no point in the forces from Acronel fighting those from Karagas. The Thu matches, let's see, you both got Thu matches. Take a look here at the qualities of them. Is there anything here in the symbols you matched on that would contribute to this discussion?
Yes. Well, the Thu that I got is Pluto.
Okay.
And so what I see is something of like greed.
Mm-hmm.
Does that say
Okay.
coercing? That's it, correcting. But hidden.
So-
like something's hidden.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so for reasons you don't understand, but you strongly suspect are some form of greed, some form of avarice, Larinelli is moving in on Karagas. You believe this to be true. All right, well, let's leave it at that.
Okay.
And then, who else has a Thu match?
I got a Thu match. I got Taurus,
And
which is stability and patience.
Stability and patience. Okay. And entrenching. So you believe that Okay, Vok, you get a piece of information that maybe hasn't come to light yet, which is that the engineering, the works, the timber harvesting that you saw going on is some form of potentially military response to Larinelli's aggression. You think that Karagas has changed, has reassigned at least some of his workforce to entrench, to build barriers against what he perceives as an onslaught from Larinelli. And then there was one other. There was an alacrity match. Was that you, Ellison? Or
I
who
got
the alacrity?
Chiron alacrity.
Okay.
What is
Wise
Chiron?
Archer. So, what you learn from this, Griffith,
Mm-hmm.
is once Vok puts that piece of the puzzle in place, you think, oh, well, that explains it. Whatever work these guys were doing for Zametane, not all of them are still doing that work.
Okay.
Some of them are now, at least some of them are doing some sort of military work or entrenchment against aggression from Larnelli, and maybe this alone, or maybe this is alone the cause, or maybe a contributor to the cause of the drop in
Ish.
satisfaction from Zametane.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys like the way that we did that, but I'm pretty happy with how that sort of discovers a little bit of what's going on there. And we're metagaming a little bit, but I think that what just happened is you had this conversation with Jin and Welinar, all under Karagas's frowning gaze, and Welinar begins to understand, and then Karagas finally comes in with, these agents of yours have it correct. It is Larinelli's aggression, attempting to take over all of Zametane's service, that has required me to resist. It is useless for you to attempt to attack us. There is no gain to be had for you. And Welinar seems to be considering this. He's looking around, and as that revelation comes out and you all come to understand it, you realize that there are a large number of other entities in the trees all around Karagas's manse. Apparently this is in response to whatever the crows were doing earlier, but you're not alone. It's not, and Welinar's force is all of a sudden certainly not the biggest force there on the scene. So, very tense, but it doesn't look like things are going to jump off. Does anybody have anything you want to do? I'm gonna have Karagas. It looks like he's about to jump into a quick monologue, unless anybody else has anything they want to add or change.
No.
Monologue away, my man.
Larinelli must be stopped if you wish to restore balance to our arrangement, he says, very angrily. Larinelli must be stopped. You must cross the caldera. You must find first his greatest lieutenant, Taonik, and defeat him, or, if possible, convince him to stop following his foolish lord. And then you must face Larinelli directly and cause him to withdraw his forces, or better yet, to die. And the fact that he says this seems to shock the Acronellians. You guys, you're used to death threats, but the Acronellians, it seems like they just don't want anything to change. They just want the Zametane Island to maintain its status quo and not mess with stuff. They are taken aback by all this. So this is what Karagas is demanding, that you go find Taonik and defeat him, or somehow convince him to stop the acts of aggression, and then you take the fight all the way to Larn.
I'm down.
Yep.
Welinar is looking at you from face to face, realizing that you guys are allying yourself with Karagas, and it seems like he's weighing a lot of factors. And then he steps aside and talks to Baran, his second in command. He talks to him sotto voce, so you can't really tell what they're saying. And then Baran stands up and says, he says, I will return to Akronel, and I will petition the Queen on your behalf. And Karagos nods. He seems pleased, although he's trying not to betray his pleasure at that. And Baran heads off with his detachment of 5 of the fishers with him. So Welinar is staying with you guys. 5 fishermen are staying with you as well, and the rest of the Karagos makes a few motions and speaks a few words that are very basso profundo. They just sort of rumble. It's in a language that none of you understand, and you start to see a lot of the people in the trees walk away, one by one, very slowly. So the area is still surrounded. It seems like the folks responding to Karagos still well outnumber everyone inside this ring, but the tensions are much reduced. Baran is headed off back the way that along the rough trail that they blazed on the way up here.